everyone. Today it's a good day and I hope that you have passed a nice day too. I'm Ilda and I'm here with my friends.
Hi everyone, my name is Jessica.
Hello, I'm Antonia.
And since we are sure you enjoyed other topic about introduction, greenwashing, microtrends, fast fashion, supplement messages, lifestyle, and listening to our friends speak about these issues, let's go over what we have learned today. Today we are talking about the eco-consumptions.
So, Jessica, what do you think about the negative impacts of consumerism?
Talking about the negative impacts of consumerism, let's talk about what consumerism means. Consumerism is the idea that increasing the consumptions of goods and services purchased in the market is always a desirable goal, and that a person's well-being and happiness depend fundamentally on obtaining consumers' goods and material possessions, being often criticized on culture. Talking about the negative impacts of consumerism, let's talk about what consumerism means. Consumerism is the idea that increasing the consumptions of goods and services purchased in the market is always a desirable goal, and that a person's well-being and happiness depend fundamentally on obtaining consumers' goods and material possessions, being often criticized on culture. Antonia, as you mentioned before about the negative impacts of consumerism, in fact there are some disadvantages, like environmental problems are often associated with consumerism to the extent that consumer goods industries and the direct effects of consumption produce negative environmental externalities. These can include urban sprawl, pollution, resource depletions, and problem with waste disposal from excess consumer goods and packaging.
Oh, Jessica, I remember that I have read it somewhere, something about the psychological researches.
Oh yeah, Hilda, thank you. That's true. Psychological research has shown that people who organize their lives around consumerism goals, such as products, accusations, report more negative moods, greater unhappiness in relationship, and other psychological problems. Psychological experiments have shown that people exposed to consumerism values based on wealth, status, and material possessions display greater anxiety and depressions. In other words, science shows that consumerism does not make people happy at all after all.
Oh, I see. But some people see that consumerism can lead to a materialistic society that neglects other values. Traditional modes of production and ways of life can be replaced by a focus on consuming ever more costly goods in larger quantities.
So, we talked before about the negative impact with my friend. Now I think it's the time to talk about the simple, helpful guide to overcome consumerism. Don't you think too, Jessie?
Yeah, that's right. Let's change the mood.
Yes, of course.
I think that we have to admit that everything is possible. Like, there are numerous people throughout history and the present who have adopted a minimalist lifestyle that rejects and overcomes consumerism.
So we have to find motivation in their examples.
Because if they could do it,
We can do too.
yeah. And victory always begins there.
So I think that's a good start, but we can also adopt a traveler's mentality. When we travel, we take only what we need for the journey. As a result, we feel lighter, freer, more flexible. We understand why there is a growing movement to stage our bedrooms like hotel rooms. Adopting a traveler's mindset for life provides the same benefit, not just for a week-long vacation, but in everything we do. Adopt a mindset that seeks to carry only what you need for the journey.
Yeah, Antonia, you are right, but I have one thing more to add about it. For example, embrace the living-giving benefits of owning less.
Yeah, we rarely consider the benefits of owning less stuff, but when the practical benefits are clearly articulated, they are quickly understood, easily recognized, and often desired.
So, let me tell you another interesting fact. Do you know when you are going to the store to buy milk or bread, and the first things that you see when you get in are like sweets, t-shirts, makeup palettes? Well, they are put there on purpose for you to buy it. Of course, these benefits are fully realized when we actually begin living with less. An important step to overcome consumerism is to embrace the reality that there is more life to be found in owning less than can be found in owning more. Do you know why are they put on purpose? Well, let's call it a little trap. The owner of the shop wants profit, so in order to have that, you have to buy all of these things. So it's like a marketing strategy. But let me tell you a secret. Next time you are going shopping, make sure either you go on the back door or make a list before.
Oh, I didn't know this before. That makes really sense. Thank you, Antonia. So, guys, I have a question. Do you know what I have here? Your attention.
Hilda, you've got us. That was a really good one. So,
Yes, Jessica, I did it because I wanted to tell you something and I needed your attention. Yesterday, I read it in the internet about the America creates more electronic waste than any other nation on earth.
yeah, that's true. I have read it somewhere that Americans allow $165 billion of food to be wasted every year. Globally, stunning due to malnutrition and lack of foods affects 160 million children around the world every year. So, guys, what can be done to solve this problem? I think we should use the compost machine, like when the food for the food not to be wasted, we should put it on the machine, and then the wasted food we can use it for the plants, like humus or like
For the plants to grow up.
yeah.
One more thing to do is to recycling the plastics and to create more attractive things like with a bottle.
Like we can make art with plastic, like a vase.
Yes.
Like we all know that the plastic is very, very dangerous for our environment. Plastics kills 1 million seabirds every single year. And not just birds, but other animals too. Like, for example, sea turtles were one of the most endangered animals in the world because they choke on plastic, because they think it's food, mostly on straws. But good news, guys. I'm very happy to tell you that people use more than 100 billion plastic bags annually, but the good news is that many countries across the world are starting to remove those plastic bags and started using paper ones. So, whenever you want to take a plastic bag, you have to pay for it.
For example, let's take McDonald's India, who has removed all single-use customer-facing plastics from the restaurant, which has resulting in saving approximately 250 tons of plastic pollution. Next time you order a cold beverage from McDonald's, remember that McDonald's packaging ensures that it's also an investment for a new bottle on your shelf. Let's say no to plastics that can be reused and choose products that are recycled or can be recycled.
By the way, I remember my grandma putting the coffee flour to the plants because it helps them to grow up and to make more healthy.
Yeah, that's right. I remember my grandma too, but with the egg yolk, like when you eat the egg, you put the egg yolk above the flour, and that's very good for the plants.
So guys, there are too many things that we can do to help the eco-consumption to make better, and we have too many time to improve ourselves day by day. So I hope that our podcast helped you to understand something that you need in your life, and I think I hope so. It was so funny and you enjoyed
it, and thank you